Welcome back to Rare Coins, world where every coin hides a story and a chance to change your fortune. Today, we are talking about a small but mighty piece of American history, the 1993 Liberty 1 dime. Now, before you think it's just 10 cents, listen carefully because this little coin might actually turn the tables for you. Stay with me until the end of this video, because I'm going to reveal its true value according to eBay, other online platforms and major auctions. And I'll also tell you how you can sell it if you're lucky enough to own one. The 1993 Liberty 1 dime, often referred to as the Roosevelt dime, is a coin that represents more than just currency. It's a symbol of leadership, courage, and American progress. The design, first introduced in 1946, was created to honor President Franklin D Roosevelt, a leader who guided the United States through the Great Depression and World War II. His image replaced the Mercury dime, marking a new era of American coinage. The obverse side of the 1993 dime features a dignified portrait of Roosevelt facing left, surrounded by the inscriptions "Liberty, in God We Trust," and the year 1993. The reverse side carries the torch of liberty in the center, flanked by an olive branch representing peace and an oak branch symbolizing strength and independence. These elements perfectly capture the spirit of post-war America, where the balance between peace and resilience defined a generation. The 1993 dime was minted in three main locations: Philadelphia with no mint mark, Denver with AD, and San Francisco with an S for proof coins. The Philadelphia and Denver issues were made for circulation, while the San Francisco proofs were struck for collectors with mirror-like finishes and sharp, crisp details. Though millions of these coins were produced, not every one is ordinary. In fact, some 1993 dimes hold hidden treasures in the form of minting errors and rare conditions. Collectors are always on the lookout for varieties such as double-die obverses, off-center strikes, or missing mint marks. A particularly famous and valuable type is the no-S proof dime, where the San Francisco mint mark is accidentally omitted. One such example from earlier years sold for thousands of dollars at auction, and 1993 specimens, if discovered, could command similar or even higher prices. Condition plays a massive role in determining the coin's worth. On eBay and other online platforms, circulated 1993 dimes typically sell for face value, or a few dollars if they're well preserved. However, coins graded by PCGS or NGC as MS67 or higher can fetch impressive amounts, sometimes between $50 and $250, depending on luster strike and eye appeal. The 1993S proof dimes in perfect PR70 condition have been known to sell for more than $400 in recent auctions. What really excites collectors are the rare error versions. For instance, a 1993 dime with a double strike or off-center minting can sell for hundreds. Liberty 1 dime from 1999 lying somewhere in your home. You might want to take a closer look, because what seems like just another small piece of change could actually be a hidden treasure. Some 1999 dimes have shocked collectors with their unexpected value, turning ordinary pocket change into hundreds or even thousands of dollars. So don't scroll away, because by the end of this video, you'll find out exactly how much these dimes are worth according to eBay, major online platforms, and real auction sales. And make sure to stick around till the end, because I'll also tell you how you can sell one of these coins for the best possible price. The 1999 Liberty 1 dime, officially known as the Roosevelt dime, carries a fascinating connection between modern minting and historical design. Though it's often overlooked, it represents one of the last dimes of the 20th century and marks over 5 decades since President Franklin D Roosevelt first appeared on the 10-cent piece in 1946. Designed by John R. Sinek, the Roosevelt dime was meant to honor FDR's legacy and his tireless efforts to fight polio. Through the March of Dimes campaign, a cause that made the dime not just a coin but a national symbol of hope and perseverance. By 1999, the US Mint had mastered the art of high-quality coin production. But even then, certain coins escaped with striking errors or exceptional mint conditions that today make them highly collectible. The 1999 dimes were struck in 3 locations: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. You can identify where your coin was made by checking for the small mint mark P, D, or S on the front side near Roosevelt's neck. While most of these coins were made for circulation, a limited number of proof coins were struck in San Francisco, featuring a mirror-like finish and razor-sharp details. Most 1999 dimes you'll find in everyday use are made of copper and nickel. But that doesn't mean they're worthless. The true value lies in condition, mint errors, and the mint mark itself. High-grade examples, especially those graded MS68 or MS69 by PCGS or NGC, can fetch surprisingly high prices. On eBay, these coins have sold anywhere between $50 to $500, depending on their preservation and rarity. In auctions, a few exceptional proof examples in perfect, PR 70 deep cameo condition have reached over $1,000. Of the most exciting aspects of the 1999 dime is the possibility of error coins. Some examples were discovered with missing clad layers, doubling on the lettering, or off-center strikes. These minting errors are considered rare and valuable because they occur in extremely limited numbers. In fact, certain double die or broadstruck 1999 dimes have been auctioned for over $1,200. So if your coin looks slightly different, like thicker edges, shifted designs, or unusual shine, don't ignore it. That small detail could be worth a lot. If you have a 1967 Liberty 1 dime sitting quietly in your drawer or maybe resting unnoticed in your old coin jar, you might be holding something that could completely turn the tables for you. This isn't just another dime, it's a piece of American history. And some collectors are willing to pay far more than its face value for the right one. So don't go anywhere, because by the end of this video, you'll learn how valuable this small silver-colored coin can be according to eBay, major online platforms, and real auction records. And most importantly, I'll tell you how you can sell it for the highest possible price. The 1967 Liberty dime, officially known as the Roosevelt dime, carries a rich backstory. This coin was struck during one of the most fascinating periods in modern US coinage, the era right after America stopped using silver in circulating dimes. From 1946 until 1964, the Roosevelt dime was made of 90% silver. But starting in 1965, the US Mint switched to a copper-nickel composition to save on production costs as silver prices surged. So by 1967, the dime was fully clad in copper-nickel, making it one of the early examples of the modern, non-silver Roosevelt series. What makes the 1967 dime so interesting is that it was minted during a time of transition. The mint was facing criticism from collectors over the removal of silver and the absence of mint marks. In fact, during 1965, 1966, and 1967, the US Mint intentionally removed mint marks from all coins to discourage hoarding. This means that all 1967 dimes, regardless of whether they were minted in Philadelphia, Denver, or San Francisco, were struck without a mint mark. Because of that, identifying where a particular dime was made is impossible, but that mystery adds a certain charm to this. Coins history.In 1967. The mint produced over 2.2 billion dimes. That's a massive number, which makes the coin seem common. But here's the twist: even though billions were made, certain errors and high-grade examples have turned ordinary 1967 dimes into collector treasures. Some coins from this year have striking mistakes that occurred during the minting process, like off-center strikes, double die errors, and misaligned dies. There are even examples of 1967 dimes struck on planchets meant for other denominations, which are among the rarest and most valuable finds collectors hunt for proof-like finishes too. While 1967 proof coins weren't made in the traditional sense, The mint did produce special SMS or special mint sets instead of standard proof sets. These SMS coins were made with a higher level of care, featuring sharper details and a satin-like finish. A flawless 1967 SMS dime in deep cameo condition can sell for hundreds, even touching the $1,000 mark depending on its grade and presentation. On eBay, listings for 1967 dimes range from a few dollars for common. The 1994 Liberty One dime, officially known as the Roosevelt dime, carries decades of American history and pride. Since its introduction in 1946, this coin has stood as a tribute to Franklin D Roosevelt, the 32nd President of the United States. Roosevelt's legacy as a leader who guided the nation through the Great Depression and World War II made him an enduring symbol of resilience. And this coin captures that spirit perfectly. The obverse, or front, features a finely detailed portrait of President Roosevelt facing left with the inscriptions, "Liberty in God we trust," and the year 1994. The mint mark appears just above the date, identifying where the coin was produced, either P for Philadelphia, D for Denver, or S for San Francisco, which was reserved for proof coins. The reverse side shows the famous design of a torch in the center flanked by an olive branch symbolizing peace and an oak branch representing strength and victory. Together they remind collectors of America's enduring pursuit of unity and freedom. The 1994 dime was struck in massive numbers, but don't let that fool you. Certain versions of this coin are worth far more than 10 cents. The Philadelphia Mint produced around 1.4 billion pieces, while Denver released about 1.2 billion. The San Francisco Mint, on the other hand, created special proof versions with mirrored finishes and exceptional detail for collectors. These proof coins were never meant for circulation, which makes them pristine and incredibly valuable when kept in perfect condition. Now, here's where things get really interesting. On eBay and other platforms, the value of a 1994 dime can range from a few cents to hundreds, and in some rare cases, thousands of dollars. A standard circulated coin may not fetch much, but a 1994 dime in mint state condition, especially graded MS67 or higher by PCGS or NGC, can easily sell for between $100 and $350. Proof coins graded PR70 have been known to sell for over $500 at online auctions. But the real treasures are the error coins. Collectors are constantly searching for rare varieties, like double die obverses, off-center strikes, and missing mint marks. Some of these errors have sold for incredible amounts, up to several $1,000s, depending on their rarity and visual appeal. For example, a 1994 dime with a full double strike or missing mint mark error can be worth more than a gold coin of similar size. It's those small minting mistakes that often make ordinary coins extraordinary. When it comes to material composition, the 1994 dime is made of a copper nickel clad, unlike pre-1965 dimes which were 90% silver. Yet collectors still cherish it because of its design legacy and potential rarity in pristine grades. In fact, many coin experts believe that as time passes, the value of high-grade modern dimes will rise significantly, since flawless examples are becoming harder to find. If you've ever found a 1983 Liberty One dime in your change, you might want to stop and take a closer look, because what appears to be an ordinary 10-cent coin could actually be worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars, depending on a few small but powerful details. And after hearing this story, you might start checking every single dime that passes through your hands. So stay tuned, because if you own this particular coin, it might just turn the tables for you. Stick around till the end of this video, where I'll reveal how much this dime is going for on eBay, at major online platforms, and at real-world auctions, and how you can sell yours for top dollar. The 1983 Liberty One dime belongs to the Roosevelt dime series, a line that began in 1946 to honor President Franklin D Roosevelt after his passing. By 1983, these dimes had been in production for nearly 4 decades, but this particular year holds a special place in numismatic history. What makes 1983 so intriguing isn't just the coin's age, but the subtle details that distinguish rare varieties from common circulation pieces. These dimes were minted at 3 main locations: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. The Philadelphia Mint struck over 637 million coins, Denver more than 730 million, and San Francisco produced proof coins meant exclusively for collectors. The sheer number might make you think these dimes are common, but the real story lies in the rare errors and exceptional conditions that have sent collectors into bidding wars. Among the most sought after are the 1983 no mintmark dimes struck in Philadelphia, which sometimes show unusual die breaks, off-center strikes, or even double die errors. Some of these mistakes are so rare that they can push the value of the coin from just 10 cents to hundreds or even thousands of dollars. A dime with a visible doubling on the date, for example, or one with an off-center strike showing part of the blank planchet dot could be worth more than a gold coin in the right auction. Then there's the condition factor. Coins graded MS65 or higher, especially those with brilliant luster and strong details, can command serious prices. Collectors on eBay and other platforms have paid hundreds for high-grade examples certified by grading services like PCGS or NGC, and proof coins from the San Francisco Mint, when preserved in flawless condition, are particularly prized. But why do these small variations matter so much? Because in the world of coin collecting, rarity equals value. A single die variety or a minor error can make the difference between a coin that's worth 10 cents and one that sells for $1,000 or more. In fact, there have been 1983 Liberty dimes that fetched over $1,500 at auction simply because they had a unique die crack or doubling that made them one of a kind. It's also important to know that 1983 was a year when no uncirculated mint sets were issued by the US Mint.